in regards to this digital divide probably spoken, or do you have any experiences where MOOCs have been applied, or how do you access also people in developing countries?
Mm. Oh, good question, because this is something we were very surprised. For the disasters MOOC, we had more people signing in from developing countries rather than developed countries. So I think in terms of technology and access, it was quite interesting that many developing country participants now, with internet, so on and so forth, are beginning to reach out to MOOCs, register, so on and so forth. But of course, there are big challenges in terms of the urban centers of developing countries in comparison to the rural or peri-urban areas. I think access to ICT has increased where I was in Kenya, and here it's not just the internet but mobile phones. Kenya was one of the first countries with M-Pesa and mobile banking, and many developed countries are learning now from Kenya. So it's quite interesting in terms of developing countries leapfrogging in terms of technologies and not having to go through the painful experience and learn from mistakes. So there's a lot of interesting aspects, but in the MOOCs we ran, as I mentioned, the developing countries had a very good presence, and also perhaps because the networks that we have under GUPES was focusing more on developing regions. Our colleagues from the Cologne University of Applied Sciences and their 13 university network, the CNRD, was looking at some of very large universities in Indonesia. For example, in Bogor, they had another university in Egypt, Ain Shams University, where the students that signed up, again from developing countries, had access to these online lectures, so on and so forth. So yes, I guess there's a digital divide, but I think at the same time the divide is narrowing. But then in terms of access to new content, etc., and also sometimes innovating and showing the world that developing countries and regions can also do, if not as good, better jobs, etc. Yeah, so.
Mhm.